That was like, when they say the same thing will make you laugh, make you cry. When we get 4 with, after they probably think they get the third out, and they did the same exact thing to us. But we fought back off a guy that, I don't think he's given up a hit against a right-hander until tonight. So we did some good things. We made some mistakes, but we did some really good things.
All 6 runs were scored with 2 outs tonight. What's that do for offensive confidence?
I just think they're in a good place where they're fighting, which, again, it's not always going to be perfect, but they're fighting, and I like that a lot.
How big was your bullpen tonight, particularly with
Barlow.
Ashcraft and Barlow slotting into that?
Barlow gave us 4 big outs, and it set it up where we didn't have to reach with Tony for too much, or no. He was the biggest cog tonight. He really pitched well.
Hard to sink a little bit when Fraley almost made the catch, but then the goal kicked the ball over the fence.
Yeah, I think it was a difficult play, and he got turned around, and that made it more difficult.
Can it be more difficult to come back after some negative plays, and kind of what allowed you guys to do that?
Say it again?
Can it be more difficult to come back after you make some negative plays, some errors, and kind of what led you to be able to do that tonight?
I don't think it. I think the scoreboard is what it is. Like, whether it's somebody hits a 3-run homer or we make an error, the scoreboard's the same. What I care more about is you're going to end up facing one of their back end guys that they want to pitch. That's the biggest difference. That's why it's harder to come back.
Will had a home run robbed. He probably thinks he should have caught that ball on the winning track, and then he has that great at bat, 2 outs.
Yeah, I know they gave him a hit. I bet you Will. I agree with you. I bet you Will thinks he should make that play. But he had a really good at bat where he drove that ball into left center. That was really pretty.
People will look at the score and not realize how good Abbott was. What did you see from him tonight?
What we've seen, it's a shame because you're right. We get to the 3rd out in the 6th and he's cruising. We're thinking, probably sending him back out. Not only does that not happen, but the inning got extended and, a 3-run homer that, goes off of Jake's glove. That was unfortunate because he pitched really well.
TJ Friedel, it seems like every night we can ask about it.
I think he's just a really good player. And he plays the game. He stays, he's into the game the whole game. And I'm glad he's on our side.
How nice is it to have the offense pick up CBS? What did you see on that play? Just too much time?
I thought he took an extra step. You want guys to move their feet, but I think he might have got caught for traveling. And
You feel like you guys saw their starting pitcher, their guys the second time through the order? Yeah.
You know what? He had a really good changeup, but we made him throw pitches, and the first time through he kind of went right through us. And he has like I said, he has a really good changeup, and we knew that coming in. All right, guys.
Outside of maybe a couple pitches, you feel like you picked up where you left off? Come on, please.
Yeah, I felt very good. It was hot and humid, so ball was flying today. They put some good swings on some pitches. I credit our defense a lot. I'm still going to sit here and credit them. They've done a lot for me in every game up to this point. We all have our days. Those guys are going to put in the work tomorrow, come back ready to go.
Does this finally kind of feel like the team's got the momentum you've been seeking all season, especially when you had to pull out these last couple of games with comebacks and things like that?
Yeah, we kind of alluded to it. We feel as a team that we're getting close to where we should have been at the very start. We're starting to play better. At bats are getting longer and more aggressive. We're scoring early on these teams. Pitching has stepped up, bullpen and starters. With Hunter going down and whatnot. So, I feel like we are turning the corner. But I think we can also improve in some areas still. But I still think we're going the right way.
What's your exertion level in an inning like that where 2 outs, play gets away from Christian, 3 straight base hits, home run? Are you trying any harder? Is the effort level raised at all for you?
No, you're just trying to make pitches, really. They just put some good swings on some. I didn't locate a couple of them, and then they were just able to hit them where guys weren't. It just boils down to that. You don't really try to overthink it or stress about, I'm 1 out away or whatever. Obviously I'm thinking about getting the next guy out. It just didn't happen.
Would you feel like you were doing well tonight?
Yeah. I was able to locate the fastball. I was spinning the ball pretty well. And then, I think the defense, helped me out making plays. I think we had 3 fly ball outs in the first inning. Other than that, I think it was just keeping them off balance. I mean, that's a really good veteran lineup over there. So just keeping them off balance, spinning them when I could, and then busting them inside.